And here it is. We go again. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is. We go again. Here I am again. Hope you're there with me. The session has commenced and your company is required. That thing that happens every single day is happening exactly today as well. So I am happening. Are you? One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior. Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior. Another Savior. Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika, yabika kwa namno wao. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Mwanemo, it's an honor having you on board. Wanna sing along. Holy, 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 holy. Nandekano is another Savior. Gonna sing along. Holy, 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 holy. Nandekano is another Savior. Wanna sing along. Holy, 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 holy. Is another Savior. Getting moving right and getting moving faster now. Holy, 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 holy. Is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting moving right and moving faster. Never freedom. Is another Savior. Never freedom. Holy, 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 holy. Nandekano is another Savior.
Another Savior. Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior. Another Savior. Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika, yabika kwa namno wao. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo.
And there it is right there, the Holy, Holy song by the Igbo people from the eastern parts of Nigeria. Holy, Holy. So there's been some news that's broken since just between me setting up and playing that song. So that news will be mentioned, of course, in the course of. It's quite alarming and shocking. Just to preempt you, but something somewhat alarming and shocking has broken as news. At least I find it alarming and shocking. I might well even change the thumbnail of the session to reflect this new incoming story. But we'll hit upon it just now, short. In fact, we're there now. So this is it right there. So this is United Kingdom police charged two Nigerians for alleged organ harvesting plan. So this is the story that I'm describing as alarming and shocking. So it's shocking enough, but you wonder, okay, so that's bad, but why are you bringing this? But you find out soon. UK police charge two Nigerians for alleged organ harvesting plan. So we start from there, and that that storyline is going to come in several sequences. So I'll bring you another headline then to still this same storyline space, and then you'll see why I'm saying it's somewhat shocking. So breaking: Ikweremadu wife arrested in London, charged with organ harvesting. So there it is. There it is right there. So, and there it is right there. So what underpins that we'll find out shortly. So I find it alarming. So this next storyline now was one that Baba T highlighted in the course of yesterday's session, and I've deemed it worthy enough to bring it up as a point of discussion, as a standalone point of discussion. Voter turnout in Nigerian elections around 35%. So this is INEC releasing data now, and this was something that Babati highlighted yesterday, and we had a mini conversation around it. But it is something really that we necessarily need to have a more expansive conversation around, because within this data lies a lot of things that both afflicts Nigeria and present a portal as an escape route from what afflicts Nigeria. So the problem and the solution all within this headline, which Brabati brought forward yesterday. Voter turnout in Nigerian elections around 35%. INEC. So quite what the data is and what the interpretations are, we find out shortly. We're back there again. Former Deputy Senate President Ikweremadu wife arrested in the UK. So there it is. So we will read through quite a few of that, because really, this now is the uncovering now of the underbellies of a lot of the things that we know are going on amongst these people, but we've never really been able to nail one of those wrongdoings on them. But then, of course, it will never happen within Nigerian shores. Anytime these people are caught, it will always be internationally. Wike abuses people unfit to be Atiku's running mate. This is Babangida Aliu still holding court, and he really speaking to what people in the subconscious of the inner recesses of their mind, they find somewhat the Achilles heel of Yemson Wike is just to verbal diarrhea. He just opens the mouth and lets whatever comes out, whatever comes out, come out without any filter at all. So it's very good and amusing when you're hearing it being launched at people that you don't like, but you don't really want it to be the character of somebody that has responsibility, or somebody that you want to vest trust in or even confidence in. So really, I don't think too many people disagree with this. Wike abuses people unfit to be Atiku's running mate. Babagana Aliu. So Wike, of course, damned with what also makes him. This is what you usually find with a certain type of person. Former Deputy Senate President Ike Ikweremadu and wife arrested. So this adds more flesh to it. Maybe I shouldn't read this headline because it hints too much into what actually that Ikweremadu story tells us. So we leave that one side for a moment, and we go to this Muslim ticket. Politicians should know they are Muslim tickets. Let me just hold on. Muslim ticket. Politicians should know they are there for all of us. Kumuyi speaks. So that is Kumuyi, of course, of the whichever denomination, those funny ones that don't wear anything outside of just just a skirt and gown or something. So they're just it's some cult-like Christian something that they do in whatever sect he belongs to. But he's speaking from the Christianity slot. Muslim ticket, politicians should know they are there for all of us. Kumuyi speaks. So we'll find out exactly. Well, we sort of know where that is going anyway, but we document that. But this really is shocking, though not surprising. This next headline is shocking, though not surprising, because it is the suspicion we have always had about that space. But somebody from the inside now has now come out rather. Somebody from the inside has now come out to confirm and affirm those suspicions. One of those suspicions that we've always had about that space. What space is that, and what is the suspicion? The headline: permanent secretaries, directors in federal civil service don't know how to use computers. This is a HOS. So what is HOS? So head of civil service. That is the person speaking. So I mean, if anybody would know, this person should know, and this is what she's saying. But then this is not far from what we have always suspected about these people. So how can this be though? But then we know that this is what obtains. Permanent secretaries, directors in federal civil service don't know how to use computers, and the head of the civil service is the person saying that. So if you've ever wondered where the problems are coming from, that is where they're coming from right there. So plenty to go through. So lean back, rather sit back, take it easy, relax into it. If you want to come join me on the screen, the hyperlink is there. Just click on the hyperlink, and then that brings you into a studio space. But before we come in, though, let me play you another intro music, which sets the backdrop then to the readout. So your calabash to the ready.
Water, only water. Water, only water. Where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Water, only water. Where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ibe sodi kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́ọ̀dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosonama ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. And by the way, there's one more headline that I was meant to bring you, which is the lead headline for this session. But for whatever reason, the website seems to be down. It's showing error 520. That's the headline that Bloomberg has designated Tinubu and Atiku as fraudsters, and querying why Nigeria should be looking to elect fraudsters as their next president. So I'm monitoring that website to see if it comes back up, and then we'll go through that. But whilst that makes a decision on if it's coming back online or not, let me take you to this. United Kingdom police to charge 2 Nigerians for organ harvesting. The United Kingdom's Metropolitan Police has formally charged 2 Nigerians with conspiracy to facilitate travel of another person for organ harvesting. The suspects were arrested and charged over their plans to bring a child into the country to allegedly harvest the said child's organs. The two arrested suspects are identified as Beatrice Nwaneka Ekweremadu, 55, and Ike Ikeremadu, 60, from Nigeria. The suspects who have been remanded the suspects who have been remanded in custody will appear at Oxbridge Magistrates Court later on Thursday. They are charged with conspiracy to harvest organs, the United Kingdom Guardian newspaper reports. According to the report, the charges involved arranging or facilitating travel of another person with a view to exploit, namely organs harvesting, the Metropolitan statement says. The investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offenses the investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offenses under modern slavery legislation in May 2022, the force said. So that's the opening salvo, but it goes on to expand more. So I'll give you pretty much all of the readouts of this that I have. So whilst waiting for that website that speaks to the, I'm just trying it again to see. I'm just refreshing it again to see if it does come up. But on to the next, but still staying with Ekweremadu. Breaking: Ekweremadu wife arrested in United Kingdom charged with organ harvesting. The Metropolitan Police has charged 2 Nigerians with conspiracy to traffic a child to the United Kingdom in order to harvest organs, the law enforcement said on Thursday. The accused, a woman and a man, have the same name and ages as Nigeria's former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and wife Beatrice Nwaneka Ekweremadu. The police said the charges followed an investigation by the Metropolitan Police's Special Crimes team and gave some details of the accused as follows. So that is that is alphabet A in terms of numerical. Excuse me. I've been carrying this cough for God knows how long, but I can't seem to shake it off. The police said the charges followed an investigation by the Metropolitan Police's Special Crimes team and gave some details of the accused as follows. Pardon me. Beatrice Nwaneka Ekweremadu, 55, 10/09/66. So that's her date of birth. Of Nigeria, is charged with conspiracy to arrange/facilitate travel of another person with a view to exploit, namely organ harvesting. B. Ike Ekweremadu, 60, 12th of the 5th, 1962, of Nigeria. So yes, Ike Ekweremadu, 60, 12th of the 5th, 1962, of Nigeria, is charged with conspiracy to arrange/facilitate travel of another person with a view to exploit, namely organ harvesting. The investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offenses under modern slavery legislation in May 2022, the police said. The pieces of biographical data provided matches the publicly, sorry, I don't know why this is reading funny, but let me read it entirely all over again. Let's take that from the top again. The Metropolitan Police have charged 2 Nigerians with conspiracy to traffic a child to the United Kingdom in order to harvest organs, the law enforcement said on Thursday. The accused, a woman and a man, have the same names and ages as Nigeria's former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and wife Beatrice Nwaneka Ekweremadu. The police said the charges followed an investigation by the Metropolitan Police's Special Crime Team and gave some details of the accused as follows. A. Beatrice Nwaneka Ikweremadu, 55, 10th of the 9th, 66, of Nigeria, is charged with conspiracy to arrange/facilitate travel of another person with a view to exploitation, namely organ harvesting. B. Ike Ikweremadu, 60, 12th of the 5th, 62, of Nigeria, is charged with conspiracy to arrange/facilitate travel of another person with a view to exploitation, namely organ harvesting. The investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offenses under modern slavery legislation in May 2022, the police said. The pieces of biographical data provided matched the publicly available personal data of Mr. Ikweremadu, a serving senator and former deputy Senate president, and his wife. From the Pandora Papers investigation, correspondents learned that Ikweremadu is a UK resident. Mr. Ikweremadu's spokesman, Uche Ini Chukwu, has been contacted but has yet to respond to our questions as of the time of this report. They have both been remanded in custody and will appear at Oxbridge Magistrates Court later today, Metropolitan Police said. Correspondents contacted London Metropolitan Police for more information. As criminal proceedings are now underway, we will not be providing further details, the Met said. Whilst the police did not state the gender of the child, they said a child has been safeguarded and we are working closely with partners on continued support. So there it is right there. There it is right there. And that is the Nigerian politician for you. So they exploit you to the point of actually even stealing your organs. So that is it right there. I'm still trying to get this website to come up. It's actually Sahara Reporters. It seems to be down for the moment. I'm not quite sure why. Pardon me. Okay, so as we wait for that to load up, if it ever does load up, let's go on to the next. Wike abuses people unfit to be Nigeria's. Wike abuses people unfit to be Atiku's running mate, Babagana Aliyu. Wike does not have the moral credentials to be former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's running mate in the 2023 presidential election because he is abusive, says ex-governor Babangana Aliyu. Wike was amongst the names shortlisted as possible vice presidential candidate of the PDP by the party's committee shopping for Mr. Atiku's running mate. You do not go around choosing people who will not compliment you. As a governor, you choose people who compliment your office, Aliyu told Channels TV regarding the Rivers State governor's feisty disposition. Mr. Abubakar had said, upon Governor Ifeanyi Okowa's emergence as his running mate, they complimented each other, describing Mr. Okowa as a gentleman. The governor of Delta State, Okowa, and I share a lot of personality attributes in common. He's a fine gentleman, but tenacious. His experience as a senator will come in handy in some of the legislative reforms that are urgently needed to reformat our governmental processes, explained Abubakar. The public perception of Mr. Wike is that he is a feisty character. When specifically asked why Wike did not compliment Mr. Abubakar, the former Niger State governor pointed out that the River State governor's verbiage, so that is his verbiage, is usage of verbs. So that is what verbiage means. When specifically asked why Mr. Wike did not compliment Mr. Abubakar, the former Niger State governor pointed out that the River State governor's verbiage was a major undoing. because unfortunately, I don't know whether it is his temperament or other things. Sometimes when you speak too much, when you insult yourself or insult your way to power, it does not normally happen. Mr. Aliyu explained. I can count a number of people he, Wike, insulted. People will say he's saying his mind. No, there are times you don't say your mind. Before being considered as PDP vice presidential candidate, Mr. Wike had contested against Mr. Abubakar to get the party's presidential ticket, but he lost. Mr. Abubakar picked Mr. Okowa as his running mate for the three-man list recommended by PDP committee. So I don't think too many people will quibble what Governor Aliyu said. They call him feisty, but it is really somewhat abusive. We saw how he spoke to Obaseki in his own home state, to the point that when he went to visit Edo State, Obaseki didn't host him, which goes against the normal compliments that sitting governors or even that senior politicians, we should say, give each other. And we saw what he did to Obil as well, just the manner of abuse. So trying to push against your political opponent is one thing, but the abusive language is just bad manners. Pardon me. If this carries on, I might well just abandon the session because my voice seems to be going somewhat. Former Deputy Senate, so we're back with it again because I want to cover it from as many angles as to see which one gives us even additional details. Former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and wife arrested for bringing child to United Kingdom for organ harvesting. Ike Ekweremadu, former Deputy Senate President and wife Beatrice, have been arrested and charged to court for bringing a child to the United Kingdom for organ harvesting. In a statement released by Metropolitan Police, the Metropolitan Police said the couple were charged to court on Thursday, June the 23rd, following an investigation by the police specialist crime team. The police mentioned that investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offenses under modern slavery legislation in May 2022. Beatrice Nwaneka Ekweremadu, 55, of Nigeria, and it goes on to list what we've already read. So a child has been safeguarded, and we are working closely with partners on continued support. As criminal proceedings are now underway, we may not be providing further details, the statement reads. So there it is right there. So it's just quite a thing. Muslim tickets, politicians should know they are there for all of us. Kumuyi. So is it for or against or saying it is indifferent or he is indifferent? William Kumuyi, the founder and general superintendent of Deeper Life Christian William Kumuyi, the founder and general superintendent of Deeper Christian Life Ministry, says political leaders must ensure that their decisions are representative of the desires of all Nigerians. Mr. Kumuyi gave this advice whilst addressing reporters on Wednesday in Ilorin, shortly after he paid a courtesy call on Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara. According to him, our political leaders need to consult and conduct researches before arriving at a conclusion, especially on the fielding of either Muslim ticket or Christian ticket for the 2023 presidential election. Mr. Kumuyi said that presidential flag bearers of various political parties should look at the heartbeat of the country and the desire of the people before making decisions. The Muslim or Christian ticket is a difficult and slippery area. So what I will say is that the political office holder should what I will say is that political office holders should look at the heartbeat of the country as well as the desires of the people. Politicians should note that they are not there for themselves. They are there for all of us. They should ask and make their researches about what the country wants. They should ask and make their researches on what the country wants, what the people want. If they listen to the people, we will be confident that they will listen to us when they get there, he said. On the prevailing security challenges in the country, the cleric lauded the security agents for doing their best. So he is now a politician. He said that the security agencies were doing their best, adding that there was still room for improvement. In every area of life, I will say there is room for improvement. I want to credit the officers who are putting their lives on the line to secure the whole country. We should be praying for them that God will give them more wisdom and visible victory over the country's security. I will be praying for everyone at the end of every ministration for their desires, aspirations, and blessings. So it tails off to advertising his program. So he's pushing then, of course, that anti-Muslim, Muslim, whatever it is that is going on. It's essentially is pushing against Tinubu and warning against Muslim ticket. Is somewhat how you might want to read that. So this now the last readout. Permanent secretary directors in federal civil service don't know how to use computers. So here it is. Folashade Yemi Esan, the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, has revealed that there are permanent secretaries and directors in the employment of the federal government who cannot operate a computer. Mrs. Yemi Esan disclosed this at a media briefing with editors and correspondents of media houses on Wednesday in Abuja, whilst responding to the controversy surrounding the examinations and appointments of permanent secretaries. She reassured that examinations of permanent secretaries before their appointment, she reassured that examinations of permanent secretaries before their appointments passed through rigorous processes. She explained that their appointments were based on merit and that there are no preferred candidates. Ms. Yemi Oshun explained that some directors, due to the examination, were always complaining about the introduction of computer-based tests, as many of them were unable to operate computers. The head of the civil service said it was difficult for her to understand how directors and permanent secretaries could not operate computers, according to her. The office of the HOCSF used to set questions a day. According to her, the office of the HOCSF used to set questions a day to the exams without the candidates or examiners knowing about it. If the service is going digital and permanent secretaries who are supposed to lead the digitalization process, pardon me, if the service is going digital and permanent secretaries who are supposed to lead the digitization process don't know how to operate computers, how can we not say that the public service is confused? Explained Ms. Yemi Oshun. How are they going to lead by example? That is the first thing. According to her, President Mohamed Buhari's regime embarked on the digitization of the civil service, and all civil servants are expected to be able to operate computers. Ms. Yemi also said her office, in order to ensure that there was no malpractices, involved security agents during the setting and marking of exams. On the issue of some MDAs not applying the civil service rules in some aspects of their operations, Ms. Yemi Oshun said any worker affected had the right to petition her office. In the office of the HOCSF, we don't know the details of what is happening in your parastatals or your agencies, except when you draw our attention to it, she stressed. If you don't draw our attention, we cannot know about it. That is the only way we are going to pay attention to whatever thing that is happening there. So there it is right there. So the outtake from that, the uptake from that is that the permanent secretaries don't know how to use a computer. Uh, so there it is. Somebody correcting me then that I may have said Babagana Liu instead of Babangida Liu. So there it is right there. And we have Ajanle Koko joining us. So Ajanle Koko, are you there?
Hello, Mama.
Good to have you, Ajanle Koko. Why is your voice so dull?
Well, I was drinking some water. That's why.
Oh yeah, brilliant. So good to have you, Ajanle Koko. So let me take you to it then. The space. Well, we only have to start really with the query Madu. So I mean, what are you making of that? Every news is just gone to the top of the news items all over the Nigerian space. They've imported some girl. We don't know the gender. They've imported some child into the United Kingdom with the view to harvest her organs. What are you making of that,
Let me understand it. Harvest her organ. What they're trying to do?
Well, they are going to take organs from her to put maybe take a kidney, take a something to use to replace their failing organs. Right. So that's what organ harvesting means.
I don't want to believe that. How would that be possible?
No, I think every newspaper is reporting it. You know, every newspaper.
How would that be possible in UK? How would they? Because the way the system operates here in the United States, I know that's the same way it operates in UK. Anybody that is scheduled for such an operation or surgery, it's not going to be a quack doctor that will do it. They have to take it to a children's specialist hospital to carry out such an operation. So would children's specialist hospital colluded with them to do that, and just for I don't know how that would have been possible.
Let me share this screen because this seems to be, like I said, it's at the top of the news items in Nigeria. So here it is. This is from the Tribune. So the Tribune is reporting it. Every news the Will newspaper is reporting it. The Premium Times is reporting it. The Punch newspaper is reporting it. In fact, the People's Digest, they are reporting it. So everybody is reporting it.
Well, but my own problem with that report is that I don't know how that would be possible in UK or any advanced country. I don't know. It sounds that report looked to me as I don't want to believe that report. I don't want to believe it because
all right. You may choose not to believe it, but they've contacted the Metropolitan Police, and I think they've confirmed the arrest. So let me move you on from there then and take you to let me move you to.
You know what I'm saying, woman?
Yes.
It could be some other reason they must have. But not to harvest.
What do they seem to? How I'm interpreting?
How will that be possible? That is my question. Do you think it is possible?
No, it is
do
possible.
That
It is possible.
And
why it's possible is people they replace people's organs with, sometimes people donate kidneys and things like that, don't they? So to family members, to people who share the same sort of if the testing aligns that their kidney are aligned together. So what they seem to be doing, just my reading of it, my understanding of what may have happened is that they needed an organ replaced, and they have brought this person from Nigeria. So they've already gone through the processes with whoever their doctors are, and then they have brought this person from Nigeria, who they have indicated is a willing donor. of that organ. So you can donate your organ. It is allowed in every country. Every country you can do it in the UK, wherever. But in the process of that, I think it's been established then that that person might well be underaged or some. I don't know, but
That's what
there
I'm saying.
are yeah.
My problem is that underage, a minor, they bring a minor to United Kingdom to harvest an organ, and what is their relationship with that person?
Well, it's a story that just broke within the last half an hour,
yes,
1 hour.
Yes.
So we are not. Let me bring it to you from this angle again. It says, former Deputy Senate President Dr. Ikerimadu and his wife Beatrice. This is yet from another, because everybody is reporting it, every single news platform. This is from The Will Nigeria. Former Deputy Senate President Dr. Ike Ikerimadu and his wife Beatrice have been arrested by the specialist crime team of the Metropolitan Police in London. So this is saying, according to Sky News. So Sky News is essentially the CNN. I think you would know Sky. So it says, according to Sky News, the suspects were arrested for alleged conspiracy to harvest the organ of a child, but the child has been taken into protective custody. 2 people have been charged for conspiring to bring a child to the United Kingdom in order to harvest the organs, the Metropolitan Police said. Beatrice Ikerimadu, 55, and Ike Ikerimadu, 60, have been remanded in custody and will appear at Oxbridge Magistrates Court today. Charges were brought against the pair, who were from Nigeria, following an investigation by the Met. So a child has now been safeguarded. So even Sky News there. It's more likely to be the case than not, because everybody is reporting it. Everybody.
Okay. So if they're trying to donate organ like that, can they? I don't know if they can bring somebody outside the country. Could it be somebody from outside the country or somebody within the country?
No,
I don't know the system. I don't know the system.
I don't know. Well, I only know as much as I have read as well. So
I know that it can be donated, but
yes,
it should be within the country. It cannot be from outside.
It doesn't have to be within the country, but what it has to be is a willing donor. That is what it has to be, because you know there has to be a match, that whatever the person that is donating to you has to match with your body, whatever the medical thing is. So and that's often sometimes difficult to get. So but it doesn't have to necessarily be from within the country, but it has necessarily to be a willing donor.
That might be a very long medical process right there. But even if that is true, let's agree that it's true. I believe people behind him, people that have, through which they got that donor or something like that, might have been the people that called the police on them,
It's the term organ harvesting that's just because it's organ donation, but
yeah. So it's organ donation.
What
I was expecting what they are saying harvest. I was saying what are they trying
about? That's how they have termed it. Because that's how they have termed it, organ harvesting. It sounds quite grim, doesn't it, when you say organ harvesting? Like,
when I say harvest, I said, okay. That's why I asked you, I said, what do you mean by harvest?
You see, that's it.
They want be organs.
Oh, God. Yeah. But it's appearing in court. In court today. Yeah, go on.
I think there's more to that story down. Because like you said, they are yet to release. They won't want to comment further on it because it's under investigation. But what I think
it's being charged to court today, which is Thursday.
Okay, but what I'm saying is there's still more to that story than what has been revealed so far. But what I think it's the issue is you're transporting somebody is a transborder kind of medical procedure that usually raises eyebrows, especially when it involves human organs. And we know stories about the illegality surrounding the harvesting of human organs. Another thing again I see there is if the person is a minor, as alleged,
That's the real trigger. That's the real trigger.
okay,
When
so
if the person is a
it
minor.
stands to reason that a minor cannot make decisions.
That's right.
What is behind it? Could that be some
Yeah.
kind of manipulation, some monetary manipulation, financial inducement, some kind of threats to the family or whatever? So they need to investigate all of that. So, like I
Yeah.
said, there's still more to that story than what probably has been revealed.
Yes. So when they say somebody is in safeguarding, that is to say they have taken a minor person or a vulnerable person to a place of safety under the care of the state, and they are saying it's a child. So I think that would have been the trigger.
But I think there are other. Go on.
No, go on.
So I think there are other ways. I mean, there's a way they can take out the organ. Well, let me not be graphic here. Take it out from Nigeria here and put it in some
and freeze it.
Freeze it and take it and transport it to United Kingdom. So it's either if not that this guy is into some kind of illegality, if it's for a personal use, like maybe the wife or himself or a family member needing organ transplant, if they can establish that, and the person is not a minor, and if there is no financial inducement or any threats to the person or his family or family, then I don't see anything wrong with that. But the only legality.
Yeah, no, we have organ transplants. I mean, somebody was just highlighting. I think it's Alexander Kashe. That is, you have all manner, heart, kidney, liver, lungs, pancreas. Intestines, all can be donated. So we have organ transplants as a known medical procedure, but not from a minor. So
not from minor, So what the other thing again is, there are people who have been waiting. I know some people who have been waiting for certain organ. I mean, they've been waiting for 20 years, longer. So suddenly you just have it like that because you needed it for yourself or for your wife or whoever, and that could really raise an eyebrow too, So
let them do it in the UK is what is the question that Adan Lekoko is quibbling, because he should know. He's a UK citizen, by the way, Kwirimadu, from what we're hearing from this. So he should know that the UK, they don't play around with things like that. And when it comes to children, they'll finish you if you try anything funny with a child.
Our politicians are funny, and they think maybe what they do here in Nigeria. In Nigeria, what they do in Nigeria, maybe they can always get free. I mean, they do things with impunity in Nigeria, and they go scot-free. They think maybe they can always do that in civilized countries like the United Kingdom or Western.
You see, rational mind. What I suspect he may have done is they would have arranged this with a private hospital, of course. And to the private hospital, they would have indicated that this was a willing person that was willing to do this. And those things would have gone smoothly. Except, of course, somebody alerted the police. And that was what, So if that alert had not gone to the police...
that is the problem right there. So might be somebody that organized that minor with them, or some people that did that. Or it could be maybe the procedure before carrying out that kind of surgery, maybe your HHS over there have to send social worker to ask some question from that child. And they have a way of luring child or minor, to tell them whether they are doing it willingly or whether they are being forced, or so. Maybe they make some statement. Maybe that minor makes some statement that trigger that reason for police intervention or something like that. So, but we're gonna have more about it later. But it's just I don't know.
Why didn't you go to Dubai, or why didn't you go to Dubai or some
India?
Lawless place?
Lawless. He said lawless. I didn't go to India.
Yes, or some lawless country like that. Why come to the United Kingdom when you know full well that it's a no-nonsense?
Or China.
Or China, which they will even replace the child's head with yours if that is what you want. Unbelievable. But I know I certainly monitor that. I'm glad to see, because I want as many of them captured internationally as possible. So if they can, I'm sure people will be monitoring that court appearance, and I hope photographs get taken and released, and this guy is thoroughly embarrassed, and I hope he gets locked up as well, because there's you can't bribe your way out of this one.
No.
Goodness me, unbelievable. I've organ harvesting.
Okay, when I had, that's why I asked you. I say, woman, what is organ harvest?
Is it yam? Is it yam?
Harvest.
What happened? What happened? Who did the organ? What happened, please?
No, it's Ike Ekweremadu. He has been arrested in the United Kingdom on charges of organ harvesting. So he has imported a minor from Nigeria to harvest the organ of that minor. And somebody has tipped up the authorities. So he's appearing in court today. He and his wife, Beatrice.
Can I interject briefly?
Yeah, go on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a possibility. You know what? The mentality they have in Nigeria, where anything goes, they feel they can do it elsewhere. So, if the person is underage and he has the size of maybe to look like more than 18, they can, induce the person either by cash or otherwise. That one is possible in Nigeria. But getting there, if they have any cause of suspicion in the course of trying to carry out the procedure, they want to question the child if they have any cause of suspicion. So they were able to maybe get one or two things from the person involved to discover that it wasn't up to the age they declared. If you want to falsify age in Nigeria in terms of passport and everything, that one is very easy for them, given their status in society. So maybe the thing backfired when they got to UK, where it's a different ball game altogether. So, people willingly even sell their organs these days in Nigeria. People come from abroad, if you are willing, whatever they want, you give it to them, they give you the cash. They take you somewhere, take it and, export it. It's very possible. It's a common thing they do these days. So the trick again is the age, maybe possibly the age difference, or the person got scared in the course of trying to do it. And
I think it was a tip-off. It is somebody it's from the reading of it, it sounded like a tip-off. Somebody that has a gripe against Ekweremadu, he tipped off the organ.
But who was the organ for?
It doesn't say, but both of them were
for him or
arrested.
for his wife. Could that be for
They didn't say the gender of the child, which would have given us an indication.
Okay, it wasn't like he was going to sell it like a business.
No. Why would they sell organ?
It might even be for their own child. It might even be for their child.
Yeah.
Or for them, or either of them.
Oh, wow.
Or either of them, or something. Who knows?
It's
But whichever way, it was illegal.
It's unbelievable.
It
is and stupid also to come to the United. Does it not know what the UK is? Why would it do so? Is it dumb?
That's how they roll in Nigeria.
He should have gone to India.
India or Dubai, where they have no laws. You don't go to a place that
UK or America. What for you?
But he knows that the best medical services are in the United Kingdom, and that gives him the guarantee that everything will be okay, because if he goes to India, it's 50-50, isn't it? Everybody they go and do kidney something in India, and they send them back in a body bag.
It was very careless. The UK just passed the law like in May to even prevent UK citizens from going to get organs outside of the country. So that if you're a British citizen, you're not even allowed to go outside to go get organs. So
and then you are bringing somebody in.
Someone in that's probably a minor. So I'm sure that there's a racket in the UK and they're really paying attention to it. But it's screwed. That's the bottom line. He needs a good alibi.
I would like to see him do jail time. I would, as many of them that can do jail time as possible, because we can't catch them in Nigeria. It's
very good. It's very good.
Unbelievable, that just came out just as I was setting up the session. So thank you for that. So Ajane Koko, back to you. It's just alarming, and I suspect this is going to dominate everything. I suspect in the news headlines in Nigeria.
Keremadu ti rogo nìyẹn.
Oh, the rogo, alomo gari, ìjọba. Is what do they feed them? Baked beans, porridge. This is what they eat in the British prison. You go and eat porridge.
And they give him Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they go and eat porridge. My goodness me. Wow.
That's embarrassing.
All right. So from Ikweremadu to Pastor Kumuyi, who is straddling that Muslim ticket space. So when they want to straddle that Muslim ticket space, Jale Koko, they'll say, we don't want anybody presenting either Muslim or Christian. I don't know why they feel the need to say either or Christian. Nobody is ever going to present a Christian in Nigeria, but he's going after that space again, mounting the pressure. But the people, and really we are looking at Tinubu in this instance, he doesn't even really need to hear from people like Kumuyi anymore because he knows what the pressures are. So if he wastes the balance to make that decision, then people will just have to flow with it. So what are you making then of Kumuyi adding his voice to the pressure on that space, Ajale Koko?
You see, this religious leader, when they are expected to speak up right, and say the truth to power, sometimes they will just chicken in. I don't see any reason for him to be saying, "Oh, we don't want Christian or this thing." You should just say it the way it is. Call spade a spade. Refer to Tinubu. Call his name. Call the party that we Christians will not be happy to see Muslim on your ticket, because the president could either go APC or PDP or any party whatsoever. We should carry ourselves along, because other than the tribe, our tribe, religious, play a role too in our politics. So that is the way it's supposed to say it, and it's supposed to be very, very specific, and to say to everyone, all the parties, that is what they are looking up to. That is how to bring unity and harmony among all people in that country. So it should have done better. I should have said it better than trying to they are friends of politicians. That is why you see them. They don't. They are always behind in.
Well, he said this during a visit to the Kwara State Governor Abdul Razak. So yes, they are always in one state house or the other.
Yes. You see, well, what are they doing? What are they going to do in state house? It's just man. They are the same people. Religious leader. We have three categories of people. Three category, a group of people in that country that have contributed largely to the failure of that country. The traditional leaders, religious leaders, and politicians. Those three group of people, men, they failed us. They failed us completely. When I was growing up, I could remember then, Olubumi Okogie, the Catholic Catholic leader in Nigeria, in Lagos then, Catholic mission in Lagos Highland. His residence is there right by the church. This man, whenever government is taking steps, not taking federal military government are taking step whatsoever or making move, or trying to pass law that is anti-people, anti-progress of the country. They speak up. They challenge them. They call them to order. This is not politicians, military. Several times they will challenge Gowon. The same they did to Murtala, Obasanjo, all of them. Olubunmi Okoge. He was the foremost religious leader, you know, defending the right of the people. Where are they now? Who among them do you see speak to protect the right of the people? Is it Kumuyi or Babadeboye or the winners? These people that have, have several deals, have been favored by politicians in so many ways. Or rather, look at the traditional, our traditional leaders, the kings. When have they spoken up against the misrule or misgovernance of the country? When? It's just, but rather they are intertwined. They are doing it together, and you will see them at party. You see traditional kings spraying money at Kangi. You see them carousing around with politicians, and they be drinking wine together. I never see traditional king outside the palace eating at party. I never seen it before. Only in recent Jaga Jaga Nigeria that you see traditional king they dancing Wasiu, and it's just embarrassing to one man. So just they can't say the truth to power. This religious leader, they can look at all of them. You see them speaking, except some few unknown those unknown, except for few unknown politically aligned Christian leaders that are speaking up that, oh, we don't want, but all the major ones, the big weight.
They are too compromised to take a position for the people. Yeah.
Yes. But people will still line up behind them. They will flock up. Tell them to come and vote. All those people, particularly the middle class, you see them in the church. They are they line up in thousands. But let them come and vote. They will come and vote for their right to bring these criminals that are destroying their country down. It's just, let's just leave those people, woman. They are the same with politicians. So that's the way they are the same people.
All right, brilliant. Thank you, Ajale Koko. So Ajale Koko, for reasons of so many people on the screen, let me take the conversation on to Ifeanyi and have Ifeanyi speak on the space that Ifeanyi, this comes as a disappointment, but not as a surprise. Certainly not to me. So I am disappointed, but not surprised. So what disappoints me but does not surprise me, Ifeanyi, is permanent secretaries and so let me bring it up again. So what disappoints but not surprise me is permanent secretaries, directors in federal civil service don't know how to use computers. So this is the head of the civil service saying this. So if anybody should know, she would know. And how fit are they for any sort of purpose if they cannot even? How are they checking how do you email the permanent secretary if he doesn't know how to turn on the what does that even mean? What does that mean? In 2022, the PAM said the directors of federal parastatals don't know how to use a computer. What does that mean? Paper and pen, is this where we are? Typewriter, typing pool, is this what they are still doing in Nigeria, Ifeanyi?
Yeah, well, good afternoon, everyone. It's a funny one. It's kind of
no, we can't hear you. I just
hello. Can you hear me?
A bit better.
Yeah, it's a funny one to me. It's kind of true because it's not all of them that really knows how to use a computer. I won't lie, but they are very good in organizing and creating ways of stealing money, helping the politicians steal money. But really speaking, majority of them is their PAs and all those ones that do all those, like type the memos, send emails and all that and stuff like that. So it's crazy to speak of. Some of them say they still use Gmail. If you go deep to check whether they have a secured medium where they can send emails or something like an Outlook, Microsoft Outlook. I don't think majority of these offices, ministries and all these offices and stuff like that have that stuff, those stuff set up, those email stuff set up in their offices and all that. So a lot of them really don't know how to use a computer. They're just there to find means of at which they can, siphon money. But the people that work under them, their PAs, the clerks that actually would help them type all those documents and do all those things. But it is a funny one, but it's kind of true. And if you go to the ministry, around 12, majority of them have left offices and gone to their separate shops and market and all those things. They mostly have personal business. They're just there to take that government money. Then they also have their personal business which they actually do. Some of them, that's how some of the ministry workers, they normally do along while they are going to ministry in Abuja. They will carry people, drop them, and all those things. So it's a crazy one. Majority of the people they employ are really quite incompetent. That's the truth about that information.
All right, brilliant. Ifeanyi. So, Ifeanyi, let me go on to rational mind only because we were struggling to make out what you were saying. There's a grainy texture to that connection. But thank you for that. Let me go on to rational mind. And rational mind, let me take you to this completely new space. And this, I think, you may well have an opinion on. So these are Bloomberg came out recently in an expose. That's what actually the article that I was trying to read. But the Sahara Reporters platform that I was looking to read it from is not loading. But they came out with an expose on Tinubu and Atiku. And a lot of things were said about Tinubu and his criminal past. And now the Tinubu space, they are responding to it, rational mind. It says Tinubu was never indicted over the matter. Sanwo-Olu's aide defends APC presidential candidate after Bloomberg's article alleging that United States accused him of laundering proceeds of heroin trafficking. So this is a narrative that has been around for quite a good while. Tinubu and drug dealing, money laundering, etc. People even say that he has a drug habit, that he sniffs that thing, which might well explain some of the shaking of the hand and the incoherent gibberish. So here it is, our rational mind. Jubril Jawat is a senior special assistant to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State on new media, has defended All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Bola Tinubu after a Bloomberg article about him. Bloomberg had shared an article titled "Graft Allegation Dogged Nigeria's Main Presidential Hopefuls," centered of People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku and Bola Tinubu. In the article, it was stated that Tinubu, who was a former governor of Lagos State, fought a lawsuit in which the United States accused him of laundering proceeds of heroin trafficking and eventually reached a settlement. So it says it reads, frontrunner Bola Tinubu, who secured the ruling party's nomination earlier this month, was being investigated by the country's anti-corruption agency as recently as last June. 3 decades ago, he fought a lawsuit in which the United States government accused him of laundering the proceeds of heroin trafficking and eventually reached a settlement. In July 1993, when Tinubu briefly served as a Nigerian senator, the United States government filed a forfeiture lawsuit in Chicago against bank accounts in his name, claiming there was probable cause to believe they held proceeds of heroin dealing. The case followed a probe by Internal Revenue Service, that will be your IRS, So the probe, the case followed a probe by the Internal Revenue Service and other agencies into a trafficking network involving Nigerian suppliers. The IRS secured warrants in January 1992 to seize almost $2 million, according to court filings. Whilst living in Chicago between 1989 and 91, Tinubu had deposited more than $1.8 million into one of the accounts before transferring large sums to another account, according to United States government's complaint. Whilst disputing the US's reason for targeting the account, Tinubu settled in September 1993, agreeing to give up $460,000 to the United States government in exchange for the release of the rest of the money. Tinubu wasn't indicted over the matter. Gawat, reacting to the article, shared a screenshot of the part which stated Tinubu was never indicted. He tweeted, Tinubu was never indicted over the matter. So there it is right there. So just the level of corruption and allegations against Tinubu is just, it's almost ungodly to imagine this guy could end up. He's been a criminal all through his life. I think we know that. We know the allegations around Funshaw Williams, who was his rival to take that Lagos State governorship seat, and Funshaw Williams was set to take that seat before the guy suddenly mysteriously was killed, and Tinubu then profited from that killing. $1.8 million from drug trafficking settling to, if you are not guilty, why are you giving up $460,000? So the money, the bullion vans, this guy is just too stick. Why is this guy even on a ticket? Rational mind.
Well, it's beyond my comprehension too. Well, I mean, I won't say it's beyond my comprehension, but I mean, it's just to tell you how corrupt Nigeria is. It's a country that has been held tightly by the corrupt leaders, and they have a way of recycling themselves and bringing themselves back.
Sorry, what's that funny noise? That's it.
Is it from my side? No, I don't think so. I'm just by myself here. So can you see? Do you see the noise? Are you still hearing the noise?
No, carry on. No, it's gone now.
So anyway,
right,
you see, we've always talked about this man. That this man is corrupt. I think Sahara Reporters did this expose some years back, and people were like, "Oh, this guy is being paid by PDP. He's being no." I mean, this is Bloomberg. I mean, that's a reputable media organization here in the United States. So you can imagine. So you would come up with all these things in the public domain, public matter of public record here in the United States. The huge amount of money this guy forfeited to the government. I mean, even back in the 70s, they say when he used to live here, he was into drugs. There were some things traced back to, I think sometime in the 70s when he lived here. He said he came for schooling and all of that, and he was in the drug business, and a lot of them back then in the 70s, early 80s, Nigerians were, especially Yoruba socialites, a lot of them were into drug business. So I mean, he claimed that money was his mother's. I mean, I don't know, whatever he said, he brought it to the United States to do. But that's when you have a country where things works. The IRS, if you have some kind of money in your bank account, there's a way they can trace it, because you have to report your income. What is the income? What is the business you are into that will allow you to make that huge amount of money? So they have a way. They have forensic auditors that would do that. That would trace that money and see how you got it. Well, I think it must have been having the United States government must have been on the watch list for them to have finally confiscate that money from him. But like you said, right, one man, if that money really was his money and it's not has anything to do with drug or anything illegal, why would they even forfeit it in the first place? He must have entered some kind of plea bargain.
I mean, $460,000 is no small change. Even now, back then, it's the equivalent of $10 million now. That's a huge. The value of $460,000 then.
How about in the 90s?
Yes.
In the 90s, right? Oh my goodness.
Early 90s. Oh,
just imagine. So you see, the thing is, you see, not only just Tinubu now, even Atiku too. You know, we've been talking about Atiku here. I mean, your platform here, and I mean, talk about the Siemens allegation and the Alibotin allegation. This guy, they all have corruption dangling on their necks. It's just because they have a way of covering themselves, and they've been good over the years.
The biggest problem, what would you say the biggest problem that Nigeria has is in terms of what it has to tackle? What would you say if you want to say
It's
one
corruption.
problem? Okay, thank you. So if the biggest problem that Nigeria is facing is corruption, if the biggest problem that Nigeria is facing is corruption, then how do we solve that problem with a president like Atiku or Tinubu with their records?
It's insolvent. I mean, we can't solve it. It's
so that means we're doomed to another 8 years under either of them.
This one that is there currently right now that we thought was an anti-corruption czar, and look at how he came in and look at how he bastardized the whole place. I mean, he was just even made a mockery of what governance is, you know, and see the kind of level of corruption we've never seen in the history of that country under his, I mean, being under his watch. Look at the billions of dollars stolen by the AGF, the Attorney General of, Accountant General of.
You see, people are talking about the noise coming from you, rational mind.
Really?
Yes. In fact, Middleman is now saying you are farting. You know, so it's anytime you speak, it comes up. There's a humming undertone, but land that point because I know you people
here. I don't know. I'm trying to make coffee here for myself, so before I dash out. I don't know. Let me just.
You dash out. What does dash out mean? You mean you go out? Why do people say things like dash out? Do you have the physicality anymore to dash?
I still do. I still do. I mean, I do a little bit of workout sometimes if I have the time. Right. So anyway, so you see, this goes to tell us that you know that country we are dooming. That country we are doomed. If these are the kind of people that are going to lead us again. We have this kind of people who have been involved in corruption, and now they want to supervise over a country and fight corruption. I think it's going to fight corruption.
It's impossible now. Halliburton, Bullion Van, in charge of Nigeria's economy, and you are arrested that corruption is going to be tackled.
No. It's gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be even worse than what we're currently seeing with the Buhari.
Because these ones that we have in situation, they are unsophisticated. But people like Tinubu and Atiku, they are sophisticated.
Oh my goodness!
So they will just elegantly sell you without you knowing that you are being sold.
So it's up to Nigerians with all these things. I mean, this is coming after, I think, was it here on your platform here? You had this discussion with some people here. I mean, there was a news headline that came in recently. Was it maybe on your platform where they said there was a Bloomberg send question. They wanted to interview Buhari.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming at this time when who knows whether they are the people who are also giving out this information I don't know. I'm just looking at it from that way too. That it could be the work of Shehu Gaba. I mean, Adamu Gaba, the spokesman for the president. So who knows? Maybe they are trying to discredit Tinubu and his. And Atiku, you know.
No, so, Bloomberg, the international media space, they have that thing that they do. When it comes to like a seminal moment, then they'll do all this expose on the major players to say, look, these are the sort of people.
I get that too, but I was just like looking at, just trying to link it to like, I'm
but when you pause to think about it, rational mind, the heart sinks. It does. Because you are resigned to a hopelessness. When you think you're either going to end up with Tinubu or Atiku.
And these are the same people who come on your platform here. Although not me, though. I mean, some of us, I listened to the guy yesterday who was talking about Tinubu. I mean, I was like, that was why I have to condemn, because I said, what planet is this guy from? I mean, I know everybody has the right to their own opinion, but sometimes when we just talk about these thieves, these corrupt leaders, like, are they the best we can do? I mean, some people will just come here and start defending these guys.
People say that we're not going to escape them until they die out. are you on that train as well? Because they have a stranglehold on the country.
Of course, yeah, that was why
we don't seem to have a pathway to escape them.
Yeah, they hold that country so tightly that it's going to be very, very difficult. The only way we can is if we have the army, we have the military on our side, on the side of the masses, but which they are not. They are also complicit. They are aiding and abetting these people. They are giving them some kind of validation by always protecting them. So they control the means of violence, which is the army, the military, the police. So we are just to ourselves. The masses are just to ourselves. If we're in the climes whereby the army, or the military, or the people that control violence, I mean, would really have that violence in their possession. If they are kind of like neutral in politics, like we're not seeing in Nigeria, then maybe that would have been possible. A revolution, when it takes place, when the people go on a mass rampage, they just stay behind and just look at the whole thing and let the masses face the civilian government, and from there maybe they might come in at some point just to bring law and order, but not in the way we say in Nigeria. They will even go like we saw in the
How did we get to the place where the next president we're going to have is Atiku or Tinubu to replace Buhari?
It is certainly going to happen.
That's 16 years out of the life of you and I.
Yeah. So another one is coming again. Another 16 years. That is almost
no. That's 8 years Buhari, but plus 8 years plus Atiku Tinubu. So that's 16 years wasted.
I mean, that is it. So I mean, how long will we continue like this? That is why I come on your platform here just to talk about this.
They will kill that country. Oh.
Yeah,
let them kill
that country. Me, imagine.
Let them kill that country.
Drug dealer, fraudster, killer, all of that wrapped in Tinubu, and he's going to be your president. Imagine.
Let them kill that country. One man. One man.
No, now why like this? Give us hope. We that are in Nigeria, give us hope. Don't say let them kill this country. We need hope here.
Well, there's hope, so don't worry about it. Not you in Nigeria. We all need, because we want to come home. Or if you don't believe it, everybody is fed up with wearing coat in abroad. We want to come home and
I will tell you, I'm with you on that one. True.
But is there anything we can do as a citizen to stop them?
What can we do?
We can do something.
If you go by numbers,
we can do something.
If you go by number, they are fewer than us. There's, other countries have been doing that. Can't we gather together and reason together and do something about it? Because if we keep allowing them, they will sink this country down. In fact,
let them sink the country, my friend. Let them sink that country so that everybody can go.
I think the country has to get a lot worse.
Don't say like that because you are not in Nigeria. Probably you are outside the country. You don't know. Some people don't know where they will go next. They don't know where they will go next. How listen they should sink it.
That bridge when we get there, we will cross that bridge.
We'll bring heads together and find solution, a lasting solution for this.
Guy, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a very loveless relationship? I mean, a very toxic marriage or relationship. Have you ever had experience of that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, maybe you've not, or maybe you do. If you understand that, then you understand what is going on in that country. Nigeria is a union of unevenly yoked people together and are brought together. We cannot move forward if people are not really willing to change, especially our people from the north. We from the south, we have some kind of mindset. And then they succeeded even dividing us in the south, which is not looking like we're ever going to sit on the same.
No, we divided ourselves.
No,
they didn't divide us. We divided ourselves.
Maybe we did, or they did. Well, the point is this, that in the kind of situation we have in that country, it's going to be a cycle, a brutish cycle that will always continue like that. Like what this French painter, a philosopher, Gauguin, that he painted. It's going to be a vicious cycle that it's like life is going to be like the same. Nigeria is just an example of that brutishness. I mean, look at how long we've been living in that country for over 60 years. No light, no education, no. I mean, those basic things that should be part of what we call.
Atiku or Tinubu will never bring anything significant that you can describe as progress in Nigeria. Never.
They're only going there to.
They will do one or two things, maybe repaint some tarred road, and then say, "Oh, look."
And that's it.
And then they'll still
look at the one that is there.
The amounts of money.
Look at Buhari that is there. I tell you, Buhari in his own eyes, he believes he has done well. You guys,
yeah.
So what are we talking about? That is the same thing Israel would also do when Ojuyobo get there, or Tinubu gets there. It was this is the best I can ever do too. And then Nigerians will always
you will say, go and feed them agbado. This is what we will be contending with. Just some gaps and falling down all over. It just be, oh God! Imagine the mess that is coming. Imagine the mess.
But I still believe that, regardless, if we put heads together, we can do something. Ghana did it.
But we put heads together. But are we ever going to put heads together? That's the question you should be asking yourself.
And you see, I was saying something the other day, right? I was telling some people, I said it on this program. I said the problem with Nigeria is that the South is not united. We are so educated in the South, but when it comes to, the politics of Nigeria, we become babies. You see, that's the problem. If we in the South, because we have, no matter how you look at it, we might not, agree on many things, but our core is similar. Do you understand? In the South, I cannot with a Yoruba boy. A Yoruba boy can still come to the East, go to the South, and feel very, very okay. Yeah, he might say he's a Yoruba boy. I might say I'm an Igbo boy, but we are not going there to cause trouble. We are not going there to live in the bush. You feel me? So that is the problem. That is the problem that we have. If we unite in the South, right, we'll be able to face the North. But the North comes with, yeah.
Are we ever going to get there? Will we ever get to the point whereby we always all come to a table? An Igbo man and a Yoruba man, and maybe somebody and a German, everybody comes to whoever get there. So that's the point. So why always keep all this hope of one Nigeria? For me, I'm not saying even going our separate ways is a panacea too, but at least when we have a monolithic, one ethnic group in one space having their own self-governance, they should be able to know what to do with themselves. But when we have a multi-ethnic country like Nigeria, whereby everybody seems that he is superior to the other one, and he will never leave the space, and we're having a very minute, compared to the three major tribes, although they are claiming to be even the major now, for the Fulanis, they are controlling everything. Yes. What are we talking about? In every governance, you must have them either as the president or as a vice.
A vice.
That is how that is what they've got. So how do you in a country?
Yeah, coming in fair.
You see, rational mind, to add to what you are saying, it seems we are educated, but we are running from the sincerity of purpose of how life is and how nationhood should be. We want to force ourselves into a system that can never work. And this is the issue of when you started talking on the monolithic way of how countries are in the world. You see, what's working for the North is the religion. If you remove the religion, I'm telling you, they almost have identical ideology with the South and with what's happening in the South. My friend that is in the North is actually telling me now that what's happening in the North is some of the Christian clerics there will be preaching that they should start giving birth so that the population of the Muslims in the area should not be more than them. So it tells you what's happening in the North too, that we are even saying the North is united. Over now, the North has always been under Islamic governance, even before the British came. And even there, it was recently I started learning that they were selling people to slaves as far back into Cairo when the Islamic Caliphate was in Cairo, understand? So we in the South, we just woke up one day, carry this one Nigeria thing in our head, and we are deceiving ourselves, and it will never work. The fact that we have, and why we seem to be united in the South, let's be sincere with ourselves, is just because of the Christian faith. If we remove the Christian faith, I'm telling you, the South will be more divided than what you think. And that's why I find that even...
I wouldn't say I agree. I probably more aligned, and it's just a difference of opinion, of course, but I probably more aligned with what Joel said. that if you really look at the way in terms of worldview, the southwest, the south, and the southeast, they are not too dissimilar. Maybe we have peculiarities that are cultural,
Yeah,
but in terms of
because
worldview, we see the
yeah,
world
because
similarly,
the
but
colonial
completely
masters came
differently
through
from
the
the
south.
north.
You understand? The colonial master came through the south, so we tend to have the same curriculum that tends to guide us
No,
to.
pre-colonial though, pre-colonial, I'll still say we are aligned somewhat culturally
You
in
know
terms
that
of our belief.
pre-colonial, the
Yeah.
Yorubas were even more aligned to the north than to the south and the southeast.
You think so?
Yes, because
I beg to differ. I
That's
don't
true.
think so.
That's true.
I beg to
Religious
differ.
and trade and commerce. Yes.
pre-colonial
Yeah.
we are even more aligned to
Yeah.
the outside, to the
He's saying
north.
the truth. Yeah.
Because now I'm reading that even we in Badagry, we used to trade horses with the Berbers in the far north before the Europeans came.
So
And
because
to
we
add
trade,
to it,
hold on. So because we're we're in commerce with them means that we share we share affinity or we share ideas. Is that what you're saying?
even in our language, some of the Islamic or the northern languages are in the Yoruba
I agree.
But if those northerners then they are Hausa also.
yes.
They are not Fulanis.
Okay.
They are Hausas.
Okay.
Yes.
And when they're savage, like we're seeing right now, the savage and this
No,
extremist.
they were not
That's what I'm
savage
talking about.
because everybody knew his boundary, you know. The only problem now is for the Europeans to cause imbalance, which they always if you see the fabric of that is in every country they left, they will give, I don't want to say weaker tribe, the power to the military. And it has always caused problem everywhere. Go and check. I think they created the state such that there will always be differences for them to profit from it.
But
at the end of the day, all this insecurity we are seeing now, we need to go and buy weapons from them. We need to go and buy planes from them. And because of the malpractice of our leaders, not to see this through these things properly, well, they are just recycling the whole system.
But do you
let's
know
stop
that
dealing
there's
with
somewhere in the north where they make AK-47, like assemble AK-47 currently
Yeah,
in
but
Nigeria?
they don't make AK-47
No,
in the north.
I say assemble.
yeah. So the question is, why can't they give the southern geopolitical zone the opportunity to have that monopoly technology too? Why should it be only in the north?
It's for an agenda. I don't know why, but that is the fact. When you come to the north, you see a lot of things and you ask questions and you'll be wondering why. Prior to this time, I've moved from Kano to Jigawa. I didn't even see one checkpoint before this whole
I think
Boko Haram.
we in the
And
south
it's
should be the
crazy.
ones to tell ourselves the truth. Like, who are we?
Mr. Ife, Mr. Ife, I was listening to you. Sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
I was listening to you, and though I understand that you might have read history to come up with the assertion that the southwest is more closer to the north. Don't forget that before the southwest geopolitical zone, it was the southern protectorate and the northern protectorate. So if one side of history tells you a trade was going on, of course there have always been trade. It doesn't mean you are closest to these people. The south, as you see it, is both the east, the midwest, and the southwest. You understand?
Yeah, but the south you are talking about is more with the Benin. So
no, but that's what I'm telling you. The south itself is both the southeast, the south, the southwest. You understand? They amalgamated the southern and northern protectorate, not the southwest and northern protectorate. I just want to get that clear. And then with wisdom, if you look at the affinity within the south.
Okay. You are talking about colonial period.
I'm just talking about man's ability to define where he belongs. No matter the story you were told or the books you read,
Okay.
not everything was written. With your analytical mind, tell us where you find yourself more aligned. Are you more aligned to the north or more aligned to the south?
No, I'm not.
Well,
I'm
what
not
Ife is suggesting is that it's the Christian faith that has rebalanced that alignment.
I don't think so, because if you look at the food we eat, most of the South use oil, red oil.
Yes.
If you look at the dress sense, most of the southeast, even southwest, where the wrapper and the
because you have to understand that we are in a humid climate. So
no, but it's different from the north. The dress sense in the north is completely different.
I don't know how Ife is coming up with this.
Yeah, because if you
you have a point.
All right, we've digressed somewhat. So
I just wanted to point that out.
One man, I have to run. It's nice being with you guys. Maybe later I will join you guys later.
All right, thank you, Rational Mind. Who has to dash off? You have to dash off, don't you? Look at this guy. He wants to dash off. All right, thank you, Rational Mind. So thank you, Rational Mind. Let me, for reasons of progressing the conversation, go on to, but that's an interesting conversational space that Ife opened up. Who actually has the better relationship or the more long-standing relationship amongst the Nigerian configuration? But let me acknowledge the super chats that have come in. Then I'll go on to Joel to take his commentaries. So Alexander Gomez comes in. He says, well said, Adanle Koko. Welfare played a role in the arrest. So to the arrest then of the Ekere is what he was super chatting to. Still with the super chatting, Alexander Gomez, to the Tinubu space this time around. This is what Alexander says. He says, Tinubu, the Agbero father of Isale Eko, everything about him stinks. Check out his gestures, typifies his Agbero status. Unbelievable. So it's just, the heart just sinks when you think of the prospects, and there's a real good possibility that the next president of Nigeria will be Bola Tinubu. But from what we know of him, both antecedentally and contemporaneously, and to project that into the future, your heart just sinks. You just resign in surrender. What is it going to bring? It's just so sad. A place someone now comes in. He says, "My brother, I'm just being factual. The current political situation of Nigeria only favors Tinubu and Atiku at this time." Yes, we know that, and that is really where the surrender is. Because a plague on the two, Halliburton is still chasing Atiku till today. He cannot go to America unless he has special protection and special permission. He hides away in Dubai, where he's enjoying the loot that is stolen, and he's telling you that he's coming back to sell the whole country off. But we're going to end up with him, and if we don't, we're going to end up with worse, So there it is. Damned if you do, and damned if you don't. So thank you for the super chats then, as we bring Joel into the conversation. So we've gone through plenty. You might want to start off with the Tinubu space. The prospects of it is just so depressing. President Tinubu, he wants to feed the army agbado and yam. What's that, Joel?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's a sad situation. You see, in Nigeria, I said something yesterday. I said that if people deserve the government they get. Tinubu did not emanate from Egypt. Tinubu emanated from us. It brings to question, what kind of people are we in Nigeria? You see, sometimes you do stuff and you think you're smart. Then at the point you start shooting yourself in the leg. You see, we do stuff, we say, oh, this person is sharp. That's the reason why he did it. He made this money and all that. But we are shooting ourselves in the leg. We are breeding generations of people that are still dependent on, the inadequacies of our fathers. Look at us now. Most of us now, we are above 40, mid-30s. and we are still caught in that I am Yoruba, I am Igbo. You see, that tribal thing. So I want to subscribe to what his name and Ife said. You know, the country, we are not, you see, we are not a nation. We are not united. So everybody is like, what can I get? And the politicians have made sure that they impoverish the citizens. Not many of us, but they impoverish as much as they can, pay on election day to win election. You see, that is the problem. Look at with everything going on, with all the enlightenment going on, this is what happened in Ekiti. In fact, I saw two ladies, they were flaunting the money, and they were. What do you think that lady would do if she gets into position of power? She will go and take her own. So we have built that culture. We have built that culture of fraud. We have celebrated criminality to the point that we can push fraudsters. For the first time, we have two fraudsters leading as leading candidates for the two major political parties in Nigeria. It never happened.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And
in
it's
Nigeria,
in 2022, not 1982.
Everybody is still just acting like, oh, if they say this wrong, oh no, oh. That is because majority of them, if you see people, just understand that if the person gets to the position of power, the person is going to do the same thing. That is our problem. That's our tragedy.
But how do we get out of it? Because it looks as though we're doomed somewhat. Because, like you said, yes, there are other horses in the race, but the front runners, in terms of what usually obtains in Nigeria, it's almost certain to be one of the front runners that would take that seat. But how do we escape from this vice grip they have on us? Atiku or Tinubu, they are not going to progress anything. They are not, because we know their antecedents, we know who they are. So we know what we're going to get, but we want something different. How do we get that, Joel?
Okay, this is the first thing we can do. Like I said earlier on, we have to stop the bickering in the South. If we stop the bickering in the South, we change Nigeria. That is it. It is not hard to do. We are already united. I've been in Lagos all my life. Nobody attacked me. So if I can stay in Lagos for over 20, 25 years, we can talk. And so is many other Yorubas, Southerners. We have cross-match. We marry more from each other than the people in the North.
You say the problem is, Joel, Nigerians instinctually, and really humans, we have to be honest, they instinctually gravitate towards what they consider to be. Is that Corona you are drinking? Look at this guy. Are you old enough to be drinking alcohol? Show me some ID.
That is Modelo.
Oh, all right. So
go ahead.
Human nature instinctually gravitates towards what they consider to be their own, only because of the familiar between them, and then the sense of safety that they find within that. So the northerner, they will feel safest under a northern presidency. The southwesterners will probably feel safest under a southwesterner presidency. And I suspect every other person will feel safest and most protected and their interests most served under a presidency that they can relate to, which is usually tribal. So that really is what the thing is with the Nigerian situation.
But you see, this thing did not happen. This thing didn't just happen. Remember, we've had a deal broken in the past between North and South. This thing didn't just happen. Now, this thing started getting bad, say from the 83s coming up. It wasn't this bad before. Even after the Civil War, we could still talk. We had Shagari, a school teacher. Look at Gowon. Even if you look at Gowon, you see him that, oh, I was the head of state for 9 years. But you won't see him with that, extravagance and all that. They still had decorum. From IBB, especially IBB coming up, what happened was this. There was poverty in the land. There is poverty in the land. Look, let me tell you, even before the Civil War, the people were ready to fight because you know what? They were even faring better. They were doing good. You couldn't buy them. You couldn't buy their conscience. Whatever is wrong is wrong. If we're going to fight it, let's fight it. So that is the reason why I still say it today, looking at what is happening today, whoever fought that Biafra war is a hero. Tell me, why did they go to war? Religious killings, corruption, political instability, all that. What is happening today? Insecurity. What is happening today? It's even worse. And Nigerians are just docile. We have to start breaking our conscience, especially us in the South. Since we lost, because I want us to start putting this thing in context. I told you guys about all the late Amechi and now Wike. These people from the North, we say that we are so sophisticated. These people in the North are using us. Like, they press us like we are buttons. Hey, come here, bring that money. You bring the money. Oh, yeah, go. You go. When it comes to election, come and compete with me. Oh, come on. I step down for my brother. That is what is happening in Nigeria. And they were able to achieve this because they have impoverished the people. People are hungry. One of the greatest weapons you can use against your people to subdue them at every point in time is hunger. So that is why people will be like, oh, I'm not eating for 2 days. Oh, some of them that they gave 10,000 naira. Can you imagine 10,000 naira to vote? I remember in the past when we used to go for election stuff, they'll give 500 naira. Today, 10,000 naira per person. If someone pays you 10,000, how much do you think he's going to take from the coffers of your states? So we have to start looking at us in the South. We have to start uniting. If we can, this thing we are talking about, oh, these people are there, it's like a defeatist mentality. We can pitch our tent on somebody and we vote that person. And even if the person loses, we'll know. We vote our conscience. I'll be damned if anyone on this forum votes Tinubu or Atiku. It means that you have no conscience.
No, people will, because people.
I agree with you. You understand? You know why? Even I'm from Lagos, and Ajale Koko was saying yesterday that the best governor we've ever had in Lagos is only Jakonde. Any other person aside from Jakonde, we are just blabbing. Let's be sincere.
I believe him. I believe him. Because if you understand, you see, we say Tinubu is transformational, right? If you understand that Lagos State is the 4th largest economy in Africa, we have no business not having water running through our houses in Lagos. Look at the road. Look at the road where Tinubu is collecting toll from. That Lekki Expressway. I went there. I traveled to Nigeria sometime in 2019 before the COVID. I looked at the road. I cried. The Chicago where Tinubu came from, is their roads like that? At least I would think that if you, after staying here, when you go home, you breathe a replica. Now we go to Lagos. We always forget that Lagos used to be the capital of Nigeria. It used to be the capital of Nigeria. And there is more funds from the federal government going into Lagos because it's the economic nerve of Nigeria. 51 billion naira every month. That is the one that was declared. Yet, Lagos State is the way it is. That's to tell you that something is not right. Someone is stealing something, and Tinubu is behind all these things happening in Lagos. He has siphoned Lagos money, and that's the reason why he's able to pay that such amount to delegates. Let me tell you, if you think that the money he paid to delegates was anything compared to what he has stolen, man, you must be high or something. That guy has money. So it depends on us. It depends on us. We have a third option, though. We have a third option, and that third option is P2B.
All right.
And I keep telling you,
why did it take you so? No, hold on.
Let me tell you something. What do you have to lose?
What took you so long to get there? What took you so long to get there? I was expecting you to get there earlier now.
Mama,
yeah, it's zero.
I beg you, after Jewel speaks, let me just. There's an idea I have, and I think it will go a long way.
All right, you might insert it here since Joel.
No, I want you to finish because it's an idea that is.
All right. So Joel, I was expecting you to get to Peter Obi earlier.
Wamba, make yourself be part of history. I'm looking at you. You have a forum here. Be part of history. Go out there. Stay here. We talk about him. The more we preach about him, it doesn't matter. We donate whatever we have. Let us have someone different in Aso Rock. If we can achieve that with the kind of person P2B is, we will change the course of Nigeria. If the people, like I told you the other time, I said, if schools are built in the north and the people in the north start making certain money, if they start seeing 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 a month constantly, if anybody calls them to go and do violence, they will not agree to do it. The problem is that the people in the north, I pity them. I was born in Kano State. They are hungry. All they need is a leader that can go in there and just put that sugar in their mouth and make it constant. It's over. We change the course of Nigeria.
Let me add to let me buttress your point. You see, we always talk about Fulani people this, Fulani people that. Well, I don't know the ones that came in, but the Nigerian Fulani, something happened in our compound one day. We normally have these grown bushes, so we wanted somebody to clear it for us. So there is this gardener we have in the area, but unfortunately that Saturday he did not come, and we have this lawnmower that we normally use. So I was like, there was this Fulani guy moving, and my mom was outside trying to operate it. He said, I can do it too, hoping that he would bring his own cutlass. So I came out and I said, no, don't worry, we'll allow you to use the lawnmower. That Saturday when he finished, my mom gave him 10,000 naira because it's a big plot of land, a little bit big, obviously Lagos. You know what this Fulani guy did? He prostrated for my mom. I said, no, stop. You know, at the end of the day, what he was telling me? He said, do I know that the number of cows? This guy is heading like 50 cows. He said, do I know that at the end of the day, this 50 cows is heading? They will only give him 1,000 naira at the end of the month.
It's the thing.
So I started speaking with him. Wait, now I started speaking with him. So, because I understand a little French, so I started speaking with him in French, combine, try to get the whole sense. They went to bring him from Republic of Benin. It's more like trafficking, This thing we are talking about is more like trafficking. They went to bring him from Republic of Benin, from their own Fulani shifting in Nigeria. They will put them on the cattle to be heading. So now told them, if that's the case, okay, once in a while, be coming every 3 weeks to be helping us. He said, no problem. Do you know what they did to this Fulani guy?
They sent him back home.
What's in our man? They warned him never to come again. Then
for real,
the next month they sent him to, I think, Ogun State side. So when he was going, he came to thank us and said, "Oh, do we know that what happened was the reason why they have to leave him? Tell him to leave the area." So at the end of the day, I want to believe that poverty is affecting everybody in Nigeria. Let's be sincere.
Yes. I
that poverty thing. At least to give everybody a sense of being. it will change.
Just to add on to what you said before we go back to Joel, what you said, it tallies with what a lot of people believe is going on in the north. They keep them deliberately impoverished in order to be able to use them. Because if you recall that Goodluck Jonathan was trying to change that space with this Amajiri system, the schooling, offering them free food to get them off the streets. And they chased him out of power, and then they shut down those schools under Buhari.
Yes.
And this ties in with the example you've just given now, Ife. So that is to tell us then that they deliberately keep, because this is why I'm saying that if we are ever going to get Nigeria, we have to civilize the northerners. That is to rescue those people from their elites.
Penetrate into that space
with education. That's the only way.
How are you going to do it?
Well, that's the $1 million question.
If you can figure that thing out, it will be liberating to win the South too.
Yes, we have to rescue the Fulanis from themselves in order to rescue ourselves from them.
I think that's what I'm telling you. We have to rescue them. We have to rescue them.
We need to let them know. They don't even know that that's what they are doing. Their mindset is what they do.
No, some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them do.
Their mindset is they are doing well. Whatever they are doing, they are doing well. If you ask all of them, they will say they are fine. They don't even know that they are destroying them. They don't know, honestly.
They don't know because they don't know any difference.
I think you can start by bringing one of them to the show. Have you seen any one of them?
No, Emmanuel, we are not talking about the enlightened ones. So we are not.
The enlightened ones. You use the enlightened ones to enlighten the.
No, the problem with the enlightened ones is they don't even want to enlighten those.
They don't want to. They don't want to.
Yeah, because that's their system.
No, I'm not talking about the literate one. I'm talking about those ones that they use, like this. If I cited, they don't. They seems like that 1,000 or 2,000 they are giving to them is enough.
Yeah, it's enough.
If you call them, if you call them close, they will ask you that they are not complaining. That is enough. As far as Baba is there, they are fine.
I think that is their problem itself. I think it is the problem of leadership. If the economy is great and we've reformed the farming industry in Nigeria, they will follow suit.
That is what I was telling you. That's what I was telling one man the other day. I was saying the other day. I said if we invest in agriculture, in commercialized agriculture in the north, and these folks that you guys are saying they give 2,000, if you start giving these guys 50,000 naira or 60,000 naira every month, constantly, you will change the cost of the north. When they call them tomorrow, how much are you going to pay him? He knows that he can eat. He knows that he can, even if he wants to drive a car, he might even, and go ahead and do it. If he knows that there are more opportunities than going to beg this malam and food, or going to sit at his gate to give him food. If he knows, then we start changing Nigeria. Because for us in the South, we already know how it is. We already know. Most of us are into different things. We already know what it is. When was the last time you were walking around in abroad and you saw someone from the north? That's to tell you. You understand what I'm saying? So we are too vast in the South. We have been to places. In every profession, I can guarantee you in the South, in every profession, we have someone in there. If you want to aggregate all the South together. I was telling somebody that if Nigeria was Southern Nigeria, if Nigeria was only Southern Nigeria, we would have gone far. Who cares about the oil? I don't care about the oil in Niger Delta. I don't care about it. I just want to see how I'm going to do mine and keep it moving. People in the Niger Delta, if you have the money, you want to make your place beautiful, I go make my money, I come and enjoy it in your place. That's it. We keep on living life. But we need to unite in the South, period. That's it.
Thank you, Joel. So, Joel, let me go on to Mr. Omorui, who says that his battery is running low. So let's see if I can capture him before. So, Mr. Omorui, the conversation, your contribution.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Woman, for having me. It's always a delight to be here. I'm seeing the different you today. I think your line of reasoning today is what I always want to get from you. Maybe I've been having misconception about your kind of person. But today, the way you reason, the way your contribution, the way you moderate today, I think I am flabbergasted. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you very much. If you can continue in this line of, moderation,
I'm surprised.
This will be very good for everybody.
This is what I've always said now. I've never said anything different.
No. You are different today. Your reasoning today, I don't know why you took this money. Whatever your wife did to you this morning,
it's only because you don't listen. If you listen with prejudice, but carry on.
You're not biased today, and thank you for this. Yeah, I think I'm not here to advertise myself. I'm working on a book. Like, I read a book where in the past that says Nigerian problem is simply and squarely leadership problem. But over the years, I've come to discover that could be right then. But now, Nigerian problem is more of followership than leadership. We are the problem of ourselves. Like the last contributor said, we get the kind of leaders we deserve. And we deserve the kind of leader we get. These people are not from Moon, they're not from Pluto. They live among us. I mean, you see one of the things giving Obi, or either, can I call it due or due popularity? It's not as if the guy really deserved it. But look at the convention, look at the primaries of APC and PDP. After these 7 suffering years of, frustrating years of Buhari, if these are the two people, these two parties could produce, this is the best they could give to us. Sometimes we still come here and talk about them. It's disheartening, it's disappointing, it is callous, nefarious, and malicious for us to gather and talk about these most notorious individuals on planet Earth. It gives me a heartbreak. So we are saying, what can we do? What can we do? The little we are doing right now is making a lot of impact. But the way we do it matters a lot. Why don't you utilize every minute, every second we have, to educate the people, to conscientize the people, to let them know that we cannot continue the way we are going. When it comes to analyzing Nigerian problem, almost everybody is a pro. We are all well grounded, well informed as far as the problems are. But when it comes to looking for the solution, we try to look the other way around. This is my greatest problem.
But Mr. Moruye, you see, you are right in everything you said. If you ask a 5-year-old child in Nigeria, he will give you a PhD presentation on the problems of Nigeria, only because he affects us so much and we all know what they are. But when you are talking about the solution, if you go to the biggest brain in the world, they will struggle to, because the problems of Nigeria, it's time miss. It's a real impediment to the solution, and there is nobody really that presents as a viable solution to Nigeria's problem. The real solution is just to either break the country up or restructure it into regions. Outside of that, there is a struggle.
Yeah, even this one you just said. Now you have just made the. I think our greatest problem I've discovered is hypocrisy. We know the solutions too. Don't be deceived. Even the so-called leaders you see. The Buhari today you are seeing there, those that have come before him, they know the solutions. But hypocrisy, I think we are more of a talking people, more of a complaining people, more of we wail a lot. We know how to wail, we know how to complain. Instead of taking actions or taking responsibilities, instead of taking responsibilities, we complain. We complain for 4 years. And at the end of the cycle, we are good at complaining. What are we doing? When people sometimes come around to blame colonial masters for the wrong foundation they lay, it was good for them. They did what was convenient for them, for their economic and administrative purposes. They were not here for us. They were here as business people. They were here. Their major concern was their profit motive. They tried to harness a way to benefit them and all that. What are we doing to rectify that wrong foundation? We vote people into National Assembly every 4 years. At the end of the day, we are not even looking at that direction. That is where the greatest problems are. We complain about the Constitution. What are we doing to rectify it? Constitution can be amended. What are we doing? We complain every time.
Let me just add to your point. Do you know that in Tunisia, in the past 10 years, they have changed their constitution twice. They will be doing the second referendum, I think, later in the year, because they are addressing this issue of rise in Islamism. So they want to remove Islam as the national religion now, such that either you believe in your own type of Islam or another person believes in another type of Islam. Another person says, no, I'm not doing any Islam or I'm a Christian. It will not affect the national discourse. So I think, like you said, we are hypocritical in Nigeria. Yeah.
Why do we talk? Why do we?
Sorry, Mr. Murray. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you keep muting me.
No. Ife was echoing back on your system, so I wanted him to land. So, but carry on.
Is it better now, sir?
No, carry on. If I speak, you can hear the echo, but if you speak, we don't hear it. So you carry on.
Okay, sir. Now, if people when Buhari and Co were back coming on board, they could. We can go to National Assembly and sleep there for 1 week, 2 months, until they act on what we want. Then if we talk about restructuring, it's not a difficult thing for them. We say decentralization, too much concentration of power on the presidency. They are aware. But certain cartels, certain cabals are benefiting from it. No, if that is the issue, we can go there and sit down on National Assembly. We can lay siege on them. We are not living there. These are possible things we can do. We keep complaining. I mean, it's absurd. It's preposterous to see. We are thinking of between who do we choose between Tinubu and Atiku? The most notorious individuals on planet Earth. Yeah, I'm not getting it. I can't just get it.
Omari, can I ask you a question? Sorry, one man. Please, in the National Assembly, say the Southwest wants to decide something for itself. Is it proper for the North to vote? Say, for instance, the Southwest wants to decide on state police for their state. Is it proper for the North to veto down this?
No, that's a constitutional matter now. That's a national matter. You can't. What do you mean? That's changing the structure of police in the country.
That's what I'm saying. If we say we are geopolitical zones, what concerns me and is for my welfare should not be vetoed by another geopolitical zone.
Yeah, but if you have state policing, it affects nationally. It's not. That's a national matter now. But Mr.
That's
Murray,
a constitutional problem.
Yeah.
Constitutional problem we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that is the problem.
Yeah.
That is the problem. Because if the Southwest or the Southeast or the South-South as a bloc can choose to not participate in the National Assembly until their grounds is met, this is a proper way to go about it. If we don't, we are doomed. Because anything you are saying now as a Southerner is against the North. They feel threatened. That's the truth.
Zero, even the Northerners, the Northern governors are calling for state police now. But the problem we have leadership problem. You don't have the right people that can fight for you at the National Assembly.
Of course.
You don't have them. They should be the one championing that fight for state police. They should be able to pass law.
Of course.
We be able to listen to their people. But we don't have them. That is the problem. You have wrong leadership representing you at the National Assembly. So they can't push anything good that will benefit the country or the Nigerian people in general. That's the problem.
You're right.
All right. Let's get back to Mr. Murray because I think his battery is low and is quite keen to yeah. So,
thank you very much. I just have 1%. But let me see the little I can do before I go. Did you see one thing? Even among the so-called PDP and APC, as bad as those political covens may be, there are still some people with reasonable ideas. I was watching one gentleman from Edo State in the House of Rep one day. He was proposing a bill that the elite should propose a bill for the elite to stop, to prevent the children of the elite, from going to school abroad or medical trips abroad until they fix our hospitals, they fix our higher institutions. That was a gentleman from PDP. You know, he might have this minority say, but not the majority will always have their way. What are the people doing? These people, these criminals are not that, they are not that smart. They are not that brilliant. They're not as hollow, intellectually hollow. and the moral bankrupt you may think they are very good. They're only good in criminally taking advantage of the gullibility and naivety of the people. We have been docile for too long. Can we just wake up for Christ's sake and take advantage? Take our destiny in our hands. Occupy the National Assembly for a month. You will see things will change in different. Look at the small answers that lasted for a few days. They were almost getting out of the country. They were leaving. They were running. And that's better. They were running to hide. My governor went to
Tinubu ran to France during NSAS.
A lot of them ran away, sir, for those few days. So if this is possible, if this is something we can do for ourselves, why then are we complaining every morning tonight? Some people for Tinubu, for some people for Atiku, two criminals, two notorious criminals, two sides of the same coin. My brother, I'm annoyed. And the way you are moderating today, man, if I have my way, I will send you some reasonable this thing to just to encourage you to continue like this.
$1 billion.
Send it.
I was even thinking you have collected the brand envelope from Tinubu, to be honest with you.
Why would you think that?
That was my thinking. I'm just confessing to you right now. Please, if you can continue this way.
Look, I've never been for Tinubu, but I just want good governance.
Maybe it was a misconception. Maybe I was getting you wrong. Maybe I was getting you wrong. I thought you were derailing.
One man is a pusher.
Look at that.
If you can continue like this, the sky will be our limit. The people of the power of the people is more than the people in power. We are surrendering our sovereignty. We are surrendering our right to them. This is the only thing they do. We make it simpler. We make it simpler for them. They only take advantage of our gullibility and our docility to take advantage of us. They have nothing more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mori. But
what can we do now that we didn't do during NSAS?
See, even the NSAS was almost getting results. Do you know the only reason there? The reason there, a lot of things were hidden. Were hidden. It was a mega reason. But they just going it NSAS. They were not talking about police. It was actually about injustice in the land, misgovernance.
Yeah, it was
but again, it wasn't having a symbol. It was not centered.
Yes, and I feel they are coming back for this
there was no
election.
political motive for that. It was just people expressing their grievances. Not that we have a symbol, not that we can center it around somebody, not that we can have a clearer aims and objective. What are we waiting for? We almost got it in June 12, we missed it. We almost got it in NSAS, we missed it. Now that we have another opportunity, what are we getting for? We can send these people to their political oblivion. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Amaru. This is the fight that Showore champions all the time, but Nigeria doesn't want to join in. So
yeah, Nigerians are jealous of Showore. We are jealous of Showore. We think it's too young for us. We think it's too young. Yeah. We should Showore to be our president. This is the problem.
Showore is a 51-year-old man. Hold on. Showore is the exact right age for the president. It's about 50-51, which is to say that it's young enough to associate with what is happening now, but it's old enough to have the maturity that is needed.
We do not trust Showore now. We don't trust him at all.
But why are we attacking him every time, left, right, and center?
Because he doesn't know how to present himself. That's the problem.
Can we help him?
Can you hear what one said now? He said he doesn't know how to present himself.
Can we help him?
That's another thing about one man. You see now.
He's trying to take risks.
You don't like him. You never liked him.
No, I like him.
You call him Aluta all the time.
Is he not Aluta? He's Aluta now. So that's the presentation.
Yeah, we need a Showore as a catalyst that will make it faster for us. We need a Showore as a Moses. We need a Showore as a Martin Luther King. He might not be the president, but certainly it's the catalyst we need right now. All he needs is just our support. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mori. Sorry, everyone. I want to try and get all the other voices. So I want to try and sequence it now, just because we're deep into time. So thank you, Mr. Mori. So let's go on from Mr. Omori to Exiro, who says he has an idea. So we have to write this date down because I'm not sure if it's a once in a lifetime occurrence. Exiro has an idea. I've never heard of such a thing. What's the idea, Exiro?
Yes, I'm suggesting that we change our approach to the problem of Nigeria. We can see where the problem lies. There's religious problem and there's ethnic problem. But the bone of contention is everybody is scared of losing out because of the resources in that country. If we change our manner of approach, instead of blaming the North, for holding on to power, for always wanting to take the larger chunk. Why not proffer a suggestion to them that, okay, look, listen, we know you are scared that if a Southerner holds power, you will no longer get resources, you no longer get capital.
$3.
Yeah, $3, exactly. Let us do an agreement. Nobody will touch these $3. Any money coming from our resources should go to the bank or for free education, free healthcare, and all the amenities that the country needs to work.
You think they care about that?
No, I'm coming. At least we know that nobody is stealing it. Then every budget has to be based on the tax. Nigeria is 200 million people. In this country I am, anytime you buy something, the government gets a percentage. It's called mums. It is going directly to the government quota. Imagine 200 million people paying tax every minute they buy something. The government will be very, very rich because now everybody is banked. And stop all these resources, because that is what is making everybody want to go to the center. If there's no longer free money that's coming, everybody will realize that even if I'm not leader, there will be free education for my people.
But Exero, what they are after is free money. So why would they listen to anything that? What are you talking about now? They're after free money now.
See, there are different factions. Like for instance, the North, there are different factions fighting for power. There's a faction that believes that if they don't hold power, they will be underprivileged because they don't have anything. There's no investments, nothing. There's a faction that is in the leadership that wants that free money. There's a religious faction that believes that Muhammad wants them to take over everywhere. If everybody gets free education, free healthcare, or normal education at affordable rate, affordable healthcare, the tension will drop. Then we will now focus on proper issues like employment, generating industries in your different localities. There will be peace in the land. But as it is now, nobody trusts anybody. That's why the South, for how many years they've been killing the Southerners? Have they united? No, because this Yoruba man is scared that if the Igbo man goes there, he will give Igbo all the contract. You understand it now? That is where the problem lies for me. I don't care who becomes the president, but the resources, I cannot be opening my eyes. Somebody, look at the kind of stealing that this President Buhari has stolen.
You don't care who becomes the president, so long as it's fit to be. So
long as the resources have been tied to the citizens, to what I just mentioned: healthcare, good roads, good railway, good education, like power, and all this is tied to it. Look at Norway. Norway is the richest country in the world. How many people?
But one man was saying P2B. P2B is not the most qualified among all of them.
He's not.
He's not.
Who? Tell me who is the person. Who?
The most qualified for me is Atiku, and the one with the best plan.
What are you saying? What are you saying, Mr.
Come on.
You asked me now.
Come on.
Why are you mentioning Atiku?
Huh?
How? In terms of qualification? Come on now.
Well, let me. I'm going to post a link to Atiku's Instagram. I don't need to post it. Just go to his Instagram page because he's every day he's unfurling his
Atiku is just there to steal money. He has nothing to offer.
Forget all that. If you look at his plan, he has the best plan, but the implementation we don't know. And Tinubu has a good plan, but Peter B, he doesn't. He just says, "I will change it from consumption to." So, if you go and follow Atiku on Instagram, and then you see what I'm saying.
P2B is coming out with his plan.
Now you come again.
That's no issue. You'll be proud when you see it. You'll be proud when you see it.
When you come to economy, P2B is top notch.
Don't worry about all that. Those are just words.
Let's first of all see the manifesto of everybody. Don't let us I think for now,
top notch.
We are just discussing how to move forward. One man is saying that Atiku is better than
well, in terms, that's my personal view. But let's hear from Ife. Yes, Ife, you have the floor. Hold on, Ife. You have the floor now. So as I go through everybody, so carry on, Ife. Yeah.
Okay, the only manifesto I've seen so far is only Atiku's, and Atiku has said he will decentralize the police. I really want that, you understand? Let's see Peter Obi's manifesto, and let's see if everything works out. Then we can decide. The other thing I want to say, to add to X0's idea is, you see, apart from teaching people in English, and I've always advocated this, you see youth corpers who goes to the north, they start teaching people in English, but when they switch to Hausa, all these kids just start comprehending.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me when I was in Delta. I served in Delta State, Ugeli precisely, you know. You know that I was speaking English at some point. Something just said, we go explain mathematics in what's it called? In pidgin English. Do you know that after the lesson, they came to me and said, Uncle, I beg they teach us for pidgin. So I started laughing and asked them why. They said, everything we teach us, we understand. All those English they speak, we not even they follow. We need to be sincere with ourselves in the country in terms of what do we really want. And I want us to look at it. I think the last time I was here, was he on this platform, one man that I said Bayero University changed, has interpreted the what's it called, chemistry, physics, and other languages to Hausa language. Did we discuss it here, or did I saw it on it?
No, it wasn't here. But that's
Okay.
good to note. That's what
Yeah.
we want to hear.
So maybe because at the end of the day, when we look at the whole thing, they will say some people are microeconomy, and these are the people moving the sector in Nigeria. You understand? You see the carpenter man out there, they will say it's not useful, it's not recognizing the economic plan of the country. You see the farmers, they are not recognized unless if you are a connected person to the government. You see our artisans too. Why not create curriculums or schools for them to actually learn these things in their language? Because at the end of the day, even when you want to build, we that we are here, and you want to do any project back home, it is all these people that will still do it. It's not as if they went to some technical school. So if we want to develop the country too, I think it's high time for us. We started finding a way to create schools to address artisan profession, if possible, even to the University of Technical Colleges in our indigenous languages. I believe it will also change things, because part of the reason why we are saying we are traveled, we are exposed, is because we have education, you know, and it's because it's just in English. If it has been in French, maybe we would have been in France today or in Belgium. If it has been in Russian, maybe some of us will be in Russia. So it tells us that even if it has been in Arabic, maybe we'll find ourselves in Arab country. And that's why I found that most of those northern people tend to go to the Arabian Peninsula when they want to loot their own loot, you know. So that's the way I'm seeing it.
All right, thank you. So you know, if that space you are saying that people learn in their localized language best, it's not a new space. There's a Yoruba intellectual, I think Professor Sophia, is it Oluwole or something like that? Sophia Oluwole, I think her name is. She did quite a long thesis on this space that you know, you just naturally learn better in your localized language, because in terms of the nuances of what is being taught, no matter how excellent you are in whatever language that is not innate to your culture, no matter how excellent you are, you would never really understand some of the subtleties of the nuances, which is really where knowledge is. But in your own language, in Yoruba language, we say lowe, you know. So, and you know, Yoruba language is probably the most nuanced of all languages, because it's very rare that you hear a Yoruba person speak directly. They speak in inferred meaning, with the understanding that whoever they are speaking to has the understanding to understand what is being said. Because the Yorubas are never really frontal, because that they find that somewhat rude, you know. But it's in nuances that you have knowledge, and that is what you're experiencing where you went to, and that is what they're trying to do in Bayero University, and that is especially what Professor Sophia Oluwole was highlighting. So yes, 100% on what you just said, Ife. So if you want to make one or two comments on that, then I'll go on to the next person, Ife.
You can go to the next person so that everybody has a fair share. Thank you very much.
So always say you don't join us often enough. If what's going on? Is it all those babes in
No,
Birmingham?
one man. I'm trying to move. I got a new job, so I'm trying to move my house documentation, all these things.
Oh yeah, the usual.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm settled, I'll be back fully. Just bear with me, please.
Oh yeah, brilliant. You know, it's only because everybody is always asking where you are. So that's Ife, of course. Let's go from Ife and take let's take Emmanuel's thoughts. So Emmanuel, the conversation, your contribution. Emmanuel, look at that, it's gone. So let's go to Bartolome.
Okay,
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, go
ahead. I kind of concur with what Ifeanyi said. And two, we just have to start, teaching these people the necessary things that needed to be done. Because if we keep shouting, they will not hear. They will understand. It's what we need to speak to them. You understand? So, like me too, I was opportune to serve in North, and I was, doing my own BB grammar. So they were not really understanding what I was saying until I came down to their level. So started speaking what they understand. So that's what I was telling you people earlier, that those people that a bit enlightened, they know the error that their leaders are, doing to them, all the havoc they have been committing and all that. But those people that they are using as a weapon to destroy things, they don't know, because at the end of the day they will give them 2,000 naira and I will happily go home and be shouting that their leader is good. And that's why when anybody that's coming from North to like a leader, they're always shouting. And the enlightened one might have reason not to go or align with that candidate, but those people, we call it those less privileged, or those people that don't know their right and the left, they are much. Let me just say, they are much there. So, and they are the one that will go and align with those people, and they'll be using them. You understand? So we need to. I don't know how South will do it anyway, because to me, even the Southwest is a bit aligning properly with the North. But if the Southwest can find a way to commonize the whole thing and give them their idea, because of, okay, let me just bring religion into it, because Muslim South in Southwest is more of Muslim and all that. So there's this common agreement they normally have. So if they can use that to penetrate them, I think that will go a long way. It's just like an Igbo person who will find it very, very hard, or Southwest, they will find it very hard to penetrate them so much. But I think Southwest will penetrate them so well to be able to start, communicating to them, passing that knowledge to them so well. So, but if that is not the case, that means we're not going nowhere. We go nowhere, honestly speaking. We just have to find a way to harmonize everybody and pass that language to them so that we move forward. Because this country is sinking. Somebody like Tinubu comes, is from bottom to underworld that we experience ourselves. Honestly.
All right, brilliant. Well put. So thank you for that, Emmanuel. So let's go to Bartolomeo, who also joins us and has not spoken yet. So Bartolomeo, you're up next. You've been listening to the conversation, so give us your thoughts on what has been said so far. Bartolomeo.
Hi, one man. Good morning, everybody. Can you listen? Can you hear me?
Perfectly. Carry on.
All right. So, one man, I don't want to take people's time, and I wanted to move on with other people. Just give me a couple of minutes. So, please, I would like us to listen to more on rational mind, and also this guy that spoke. I think he's from Benin. Somebody Omorero. If I cannot spell his name well,
Mr. Omoruye.
Yes. So I want us to listen to them more. I so much like Ajala Koko, but Ajala Koko is my brother, which I have been championing for him. I have so respect for him. But Ajala Koko, I want you to stake. Go back when we first started from this very platform, you've been so perfect and so directful and so straightful as a man. But I don't know, sometimes now you speak a little bit with your butt of mouth.
He has collected dollars from Shore. That's what happened.
I've never seen him collected any money, but I'm just telling him as a big brother. So, and again, one man, I'm coming to you too, so don't worry. And one man, you have to be neutral. From my beginning, speaking to this platform, I always tell you, you have to be neutral. Don't side Atiku, don't side Tinubu, don't side P2B. I don't care about all these very big politicians. At least we have little witness Atiku with Obasanjo and see what Atiku does. If you do good or bad, we all can tell ourselves the simple truth. We have witnessed a little bit about Tinubu. If Tinubu is a good person, we can all see it from our eyes. No one here in this platform is a little child. Please, I want us to stop this very ethnicity, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, in this very platform. Let everybody put his problem in his own pocket. Put who you are and put your attitude in your own pocket. Come to this very platform and teach and let other people learn from you. If you don't know how to teach, you don't know how to speak, please, one man, I would like you to give everybody like 3 or 4 minutes. Those that can come here and collect the whole platform and talking, at the end of the day, we can never achieve or learn anything from them. Then so that you'll be able to touch everybody one by one and bring more people to the platform. So that as far as you go around everybody, it's up to you to give whosoever you like the platform for the whole day. So thank you guys, and I will appreciate and I love you guys one by one. And let my message go to especially what is his name? So, is this Solly? Solly and this guy from Australia. What is his name? Thomas.
Thomas, yeah.
Please. Yeah, and Solly. These two guys are very, very big tribalistic people. I'm not gonna say it and hide my mouth. So sorry I said it, but that is my mind. So let us keep hoping if we can build Nigeria as one. If we cannot build Nigeria as one, please let us campaign to separating. Let everybody go his own way. Not come here and side Obi, come here and side. I'm an Igbo man, I'm from Anambra State. And I came to this country through sports. No, my mother did not bring me here, my father did not bring me here. I moved from Nigeria since 1990 and decided in Cotonou for almost 20-something years. I speak Cotonou language just like Igbo language. I meet all tribes in Cotonou. I live in Togo, my wife is a Ghanaian. So I can tell you about a little bit about West Africa, which I travel very well. I came here through bodybuilding. Nobody brought me here. See, today, I'm still working on my own, by God's grace. So that we can be able to bring other people who have already lost hope in Nigeria. Help them, not about us, but about those who is behind us. God bless everybody and have a beautiful, wonderful day.
All right, thank you, Bartholomew. So Bartholomew, really, just on Thomas and Solly, you have to allow that people have their opinion. You are the one just said that, and you cannot really call it tribalistic because a lot of people, they are very tribal in their thoughts here, not just and you cannot say they are really tribal. That's just their worldview. So you have to allow it. But the thing that you said about making sure to touch every voice is something that I too have been trying to pay attention to. And maybe as you suggested, I'll be going round to make sure that everybody is heard before we then settle on a more general conversation. Because I do notice that sometimes we do sessions and maybe a good 40% of the people present, they've not really had the chance to share thoughts. So that's certainly something I will look into. So thank you for that, Bartholomew. I think Solly wants to come in and fight you. Should I allow it or no? Solly, I won't let you come in and start
yeah. Go ahead. Go. No. Go ahead. One man, please allow everybody.
No, because I'll be here all day if I let Solly in. He wants to come and fight you.
Okay. I can be by the side on evening. I can be by the side on evening and listen. I'll always tell you to be and listen. Yes. So allow everybody to expose their mind. I love it.
All right. So thank you for that.
But I so much give my credit to Ajanle Koko. Rational Mind is a very good guy because that guy you can learn a little bit from his own part of traveling, because the English said that traveling is a part of education. Omoro, the guy from I think from Benin, or I don't know what is south or whatever, but I can little bit tell about the state. I think Benin or little down to Benin or up Benin. That guy also he speaks so well. I know that he love what's it called this guy that Ajaloko always speak he so much love this is boy. Showore, I love Showore very well. Trust me, I don't hate people. I love Showore. I love Tinubu. I want his sickness to be healed so that he can be able to stand on his feet and do his job. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Bartholomew, I'm going to give the final word to Solly, only for the right to reply, because you called him.
Thank you.
I'll give him the final word, but I will not take any commentaries after that, and I'll shut down.
No problem.
So here is Solly now, coming to scream and shout. So, Solly, scream and shout.
I'm not here to shout. I just want to ask a simple question. You said I'm tribalistic. Can you?
You are. Are you not?
Okay, give an example.
Because you are a Yoruba supremacist. That is why.
You've changed it from tribalism to supremacism. Hey,
rightly spotted on one.
Are you not a Yoruba
rightly
supremacist?
spotted on you. Bro, I can't even testify to that.
I'm not a Yoruba supremacist.
You are a Yoruba Donald Trump. Yoruba first. You are Yoruba first.
Kind of.
So there it is now. Own it
but,
now.
But tribalism is going beyond logic, going beyond logic and wanting what you want without factual basis behind it.
Right.
I don't do that.
All right. Thank you, Solly. So, Solly, I must leave because I saw you were quite keen to come and correct that. So thank you, everyone. We reconvene, of course, in the latter sessions. More time to discuss matters then. Thank you, one and all. So we leave with the carry conversation on the comment section, but here I say peace.